This is the Dunkies, my take on the Grammys, dedicated to my favourite shoe. I'm punching myself. I've lost. Yes, what's going on, guys? My name is Kay. Welcome to another episode of Kay's World. Despite 2020 being an absolute, I gotta say, sneakers and the releases I managed to get hold of were my highlight. You know, we were locked down. It was nice to look forward to sneakers. It was nice to see a revival of my favourite shoe this year. Today we're going to have a little recap of 2020 and I'm going to be giving out my Dunkie Awards. We're going to go through the most hyped releases, wackest releases, the biggest L I've taken, and my dunk of the year. First, I do want to say, everything I say in this video is subjective. You know, sneakers are like art, it's all up to interpretation. When you talk about sneakers outside of a performance level and more just the aesthetics, it's like, you know, it's each to their own. So these are just my opinions. I don't want anybody getting butthurt in the comments and coming at me. It's just calling it as I see it for myself. If you like it, you like it. If not, whatever. So let's get things started. First things first, I've got myself a new little K-Tron. Big up to Joe Whelan, the hardest graphic designer in the Southwest. Sick, innit? So I'm going to start things off on a personal level. The first Dunkie I'm going to give is my personal most rocked pair of the 2020 releases. The ACG Lunar Terror colorway. I kind of just found that it's easy to inject into a lot of my outfit and the colours really bang. Yeah, this actually ended up being my most rocked pair. I've rocked them quite heavily during summer or towards the tail end of us having decent weather in the UK. So yeah, big up the ACG. 2020 saw a lot of remixes on dunks. I kind of called this section the best remix of the year. We saw the ACG colorway just now. You saw a couple of the Atmos colorways make its way onto the dunk later on in the year. And my personal favourite was, I think, one of my first releases of 2020, which is the Infrared 90. Anyone that knows me knows I love the original Air Max 90. I know I talk about dunks a lot, but I do rock runners as well, so you know, the Air Max 90 being one of my favourites, to me being the best Air Max colourway. I know, again, a lot of people will argue, but it's one that I've always loved. Sick shoe. It was cool to see it on this shoe. It was nice to see them using the mesh tongue, which is bare comfortable in the summer. I had nowhere to go in these, but I enjoyed rocking them. My remix of the year goes to this Infrared 90 Nike SB Dunk. Next up is my biggest L of the year, and one of the dunks that I kind of wish I had but didn't get was the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk. I've got a lot of love for Travis Scott. The shoe was actually, you know, had the Cactus Jack title running through it. So later on he worked with Mick Foley, so it was kind of like a little bit of a wrestling attachment. The materials looked killer. The shoe itself banged, and you know, I was kind of interested to see what was underneath the paisley, whether it was like that, not quite elephant camo, but a little bit scratchy, like neck facey, I guess. Would have been sick to have them, but I didn't get them. I didn't really think I'd get them, you know, but yeah, it's cool. So that's going to be my personal biggest L of the year. I'm actually going to give out another Dunkie to Travis Scott. He's actually the MVP of the year. The reason why I say that is he's pretty much brought dunks to the forefront again. A lot of people kind of hate. Some people hate on people getting onto dunks because of him and the influence that he has. But you know, you can't. Anyone that's hating on Travis Scott, you're showing how out of touch you are. And his Air Force Ones were rad, and he rocks dunks. And he's kind of a rad guy. MVP. Shout out Travis Scott. Yeah, shout out to all the new people that are getting into dunks as well. It's, you know, you're always going to have a new wave of kids getting into stuff, and it's cool to see dunks at the forefront. Next up is my most hyped and most anticipated release of 2020. So this was a shoe that I in my calendar at the start of the year, or at the tail end of last year when I first started seeing rumours about it. I already cooked it up in my head and imagined what it would look like. It's kind of a custom I've always wanted, so I was stoked to see it. Again, another remix, kind of a reoccurring theme with my collection 2020. First video was based on the shoe, rad, so that was my most anticipated shoe of 2020. For a lot of people, it didn't live up to the hype. For me personally, I still enjoy rocking it. And you can see I've actually been rocking it, so wear your kicks, kids. Next up is my most overrated dunk of the year. That is the Grateful Dead teddy bear thingies that came out, and fluffy joints. I just couldn't get on board with them. Got really bored of seeing them in my timeline. I don't really hate on a shoe that I love that often, but yeah, they were whack. They looked like Minecraft shoes to me, and you had people just pretending to like Grateful Dead, doing weird stuff by just submitting their social media accounts to sharing the same Grateful Dead track over and over again. Yeah, and I was just over it. If you've got them and you rock them, cool, man. That's you. You do you. But for me, nah, man. Oh, and on a more positive note, my favourite use of materials this year that I own. So, the Atmos Safaris. These were a cool little highlight for me during the first lockdown. I literally just picked them up just before we went to lockdown. Anyone that knows me knows how much I love rocking Carhartt. They kind of go against any kind of Carhartt fit that I have. I love the embossed Safari print or Safari dots. Yeah, sick shoe. And this is kind of like a little bit of a Hall of Fame award, I guess. So the best throwback of the year for me was the Newcastle Brown Ales. It's kind of always been an underrated shoe. Always enjoyed rocking it. I've always rocked it with the red laces. These resurfaced thanks to the MVP's fit picking them, which was quite cool to see, and it kind of like blew up again thinking, and I banged the white laces in them. And I've never actually rocked these with the white laces before this year. And yeah, kind of gave this shoe a new lease of life, and yeah, it was cool to see. I actually wore this shoe on the cover shot for my Foot Patrol takeover earlier this year. That was also my first time getting in front of the camera and actually talking. I've now got to the point where I'm doing a YouTube channel, so it was that kind of kick in the ass that got me here in the first place. So big up. My most hyped dunk of the year is obviously the Junkie Dunks. These were a rad shoe. They should be popping up there. Yeah, see that? Sick. So, rad shoe, rad people behind it. I'm saying it's the most hyped because it was one of the first few dunks that I've seen in a long time where non-sneaker people were trying to get it. I had everybody talking to me about this shoe, and everybody asking, "Are you going to get a pair? Would you like a pair?" Oh, yeah, obviously entered raffles. Would have been nice to have them, but didn't get my hopes up. But yeah, it's a cool shoe. It was one of the most hyped. I've managed to hold a pair. I don't have a pair with me today. I'm working on getting a pair so I can do a little bit of a more in-depth review and go through it with it. But yeah, definitely the most hyped shoe of the year for me. And it was cool to see some people rock it with wild outfits. I know a lot of people stashed them away or just took them to StockX, but yeah, some people did rock them with some wavy outfits, which was cool to see. And finally, my dunk of the year, the Chicago colorway on the Nike SB Dunk low. I actually had the Chicagos back in the day and let go of them and regretted it literally the second I let go of them. So this was a really cool way to replace them and put them onto my favourite shoe. Again, as soon as I saw the teaser pictures, this was something that I knew I had to have. I called in a few favours and was lucky to get a pair. I think these were kind of like a semi-GR release. I don't really know how it kind of works. I support certain stores and grab releases from them, and these were part of the Purple Box series, which was pretty much what most of my collection this year has been based on, apart from the infrared, I guess, which were orange label. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, comment down below. But yeah, these were my dunk of the year. Obviously the hype around Jordan Brand has blown back up. Everybody's watched The Last Dance and it's made people fall back in love with Jordan, or some people that have kind of overlooked Jordan Brand in the past fall in love with it, and a lot of people are going for the One again, which is cool to see. One is my favourite Jordan, obviously because it relates so closely to a dunk, so it's just an easy transition shoe for me. Quite cool to see it get a bit of love. It was really cool to see this. Again, another dream concept shoe. Cool to have it. Feels that void. kind of fills the void of me not having my OG Chicagos. I definitely rock them in the same way, and I'm very stoked to have them. Cool, so that was my very quick, brief Dunkies and walk through the year. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. What was your favourite shoe? What was your favourite pickup? What were you looking forward to coming out next? Like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed my first ever Dunkie Awards. I know some of you have been asking me. Next week there will be a fit pick. There will be a Christmas special, so tune in for that one. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram @KDeff, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.